Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get a animated 3D saber text, okay, which is perfectly stuck on anything pretty much, as if like a wall or a floor, and in today's video I'll be using a wall. So yeah, let's get into Fortnite and record the replay. Alright guys, so now what you're gonna do is just glide over to wherever you want your text to be. So I want it to be right over here, exactly here. So yeah, so I want it to be in this hut between Authority and the gas station. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go over to this hut right here, and yeah, so here I have the hut. So the hut's right here. That's where I want my 3D text to be. So I'm just gonna hide in this bush, and you can just back out of the game. But before I back out of the game, I'm just gonna turn my shadows, textures, and effects on epic, all of them. This might take a bit to load depending on your PC, so for me it should take around 10 seconds. Perfect, and everything's loaded up now. So there you have it right there. I don't know why I have my effects on, but yeah. So yeah, that's it. You have your thing there, so you can just leave match now. And yeah, so what it's gonna do now is you're just gonna go get your replay and record it the way you want it now. So everything's perfect here. I don't know why I don't know. It depends on which one you really want. I'd say you can probably put your effects on high and leave your textures down. I'd say probably put my textures on like medium or something. That gets me a solid 60 FPS though, so that should be fine. But yeah, so now we have this top one, which is our new replay, so we'll just go right into it. And what this is going to do is it's going to load up the replay that we just recorded with our character on that wall. So the quickest way to probably get there is put it on 4x, skip all the way near to the end, right there, perfect. Alright, now we can go grab this on drone free. Alright, and here's our wall where we want our 3D text to be. So you can just get whichever way you want it. I don't know why this stuff won't show up, but really, who really needs it? But yeah. And no one really needs the thing there unless you're really doing it. But yeah. So now we're here. So now you're just gonna find a way to clip it. For me, I'm gonna use NVIDIA Instant Replay, and that will just clip the last 15 seconds. So you just want to slowly zoom out of it. You can be with a controller or a mouse and keyboard. So I'll just use my arrow keys, so it should look like this. And that should be around perfect right there. So I'll just clip that quickly. As you can see, save the last 15 seconds. So now what we can do is we can just go right into After Effects. Alright guys, so now that we are in After Effects, you just want to open up your effects and presets. But yeah, now that we're in After Effects, we're going to start a new composition. So some people actually, they might be stuck on libraries and they might be like, how can I get a new composition or on small screen? Pretty much, you just want to go over here to default and you can tap the effects and presets to open up. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to start a new composition. You can do it this way and drag your clip in, but I prefer to do it this way. So I have my replay in there, the perfect size that I wanted to. And if we just go through the whole clip, you'll see that it's perfect. The one that I recorded. So, yeah. So as you can see, it's perfect. It's the replay. And it's a bit laggy now. Just, what you're going to do is you're just going to let your clip render through whatever it is. And yeah. So now, that's pretty much how After Effects renders clips. So we're going to leave it there. And now we're going to search 3D camera. So we're going to put the 3D camera right in there on Fortnite, or on whatever your clip is, and I'm going to click Detailed Analysis and Render Track Points on. Okay, so now that will analyze, and that should take probably 3 minutes. Could take 5 depending on your PC specs, but for me it takes around 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah, I'll be back when it's done. And also, if it goes on, it will go on to step 2, which is like an orange thing, so don't be worried about that, okay? Alrighty guys, so as you can see right here, we are on the second step right here, solving camera. So this should be done now in around 20 seconds or 10 seconds, depending on it. But yeah, how does this load? So you might see average error, that's okay, and stuff like that. More people on my Steam's friends list. But anyways, You might see that you can't like select the little things there. That's okay. So you want to click 3D camera, that thing right there, and now it will let you. So you just want to select that, and now left click on your mouse when it's like that, and you'll get a little lasso tool sort of. So you just want to drag only the ones on your object. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get all these little dots, the ones that are on my object, and that seems about right. Perfect. Alright, that created a rough target, which is perfect. If your target's not center, you can move it to wherever you want it, but mine's perfect the way it is now. So I'm just gonna click create text in camera, and in case you can't change your text, you want to just double tap it like that. And for this tutorial, I'll just write auto on it, and I'll grab it, and I'll put it in the middle, and I'll size it to the way that I want it, roughly. Perfect. Alright, so now that I have my clip there, now your text should be completely 3D tracked, as you can see if I play through the whole thing. It says perfectly on the wall, and that's the way you want it. So just so I can remove all this 3D tracking because we don't need it anymore, I'll turn render track points off. Now that we have our 3D track text, and let me just play through the whole thing so it renders. But yeah, as you can see, our text now is completely 3D tracked. If that's all you wanted and you didn't want the SABER text, it's perfectly fine. But SABER's pretty easy to install. You just it's not like Premiere Pro where you have to make a new preset or whatever. You just straight up download it, and you'll find it in your effects and presets. But yeah. So now what you want to do with your 3D text is you want to click on that layer. You want to click somewhere layer here, and then click auto trace. What that's going to do is that's pretty much going to trace it and get it ready for the SABER. So now you're going to click on your text and click P, click on auto traced, and then click P. Okay, so now you want to get this little cube and make it sure that it goes down there. I normally click out of it and go back in so it only shows the position, but yeah. So now pretty much what you want to do, this is pretty simple. You just want to copy the things that you have on like the bottom to the top, the exact same. So 1197.4. This will be different for everyone, so don't copy me exactly from what I'm doing. But yeah, mine's fine now. Alright, so as you can see, it shows up tiny. Don't resize it now. That's perfect. This is the way we want it. So you're gonna go back in effects and presets and search up the SABER effect. You just want to drag that right on there on your auto trace, not your text, but your auto trace. And as you can see, it will look like that. So pretty much you want to click on your auto trace and go into render settings, change the black thing to transparent, and just close out of it. Then you just want to go onto, it should be on customize core, and then click layer masks. So that should perfectly go onto it, and probably change the glow intensity to 30. But yeah, and what I like to use is I'll probably put on neon. Neon's one of the most common ones that are used by everyone. So yeah, so now that I'm on neon, I'm just going to put the thing to 30. And I'm also just going to change it back to blue, because that's one of the best. So now, as you can see, you get a really nice effect from it. I might actually change the thing to 45 to make it a tiny bit brighter, but yeah. So now what you want to do is you just want to click on that, zoom in, and you just want to make sure that you're not pulling any of the text. You're just going to try to resize it. Now, pulling is very common, like that. So you want to make sure that you're not pulling anything. Like that, that's perfect. So now, let's just go back onto fit, and that's perfect, right there, that's what we wanted. So we obviously don't want it that big, but we want it a bit big. So you don't want it that big. That's round perfect right here. And go on Y. Maybe try to align it up with your other text. I'd recommend trying to align it up a bit. And yeah. So now, don't mess around with those things on the edges. But yeah, so what we can do now is click on our text and we can hide it like that. And now you should have your SABER text completely on your surface or whatever it was. So as you can see, it is completely stuck on the wall, and it's really nice in my opinion. So yeah, so I'm just gonna add this little part in the end showing on how you can animate it and give it just a nice animation in general. So it will sort of go through the text on one bit and then go out of the text on another bit. So yeah, so I'll just play that clip now on how to do it. Alright, so the way that you get the nice animation is if we quickly go to the start of our clip right here, and you see end offset, you just want to keyframe it and change it all the way to 0. Okay, so we're gonna click U so we can see all the stuff here. As you can see, you'll find end offset. That's what we wanted. So you're gonna go around here, or near the middle of your clip, but not really at the middle. And you just want to put it at 100. Okay. Then we're gonna go all the way over here, near the end, and just put that on 100. So make a keyframe here, like that, on 100, and then just here at the end, roughly like that, just put your end offset on 0. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that, and we're just gonna hold shift, and we're just gonna click every single one of these keyframes that we have here, and you just want to right click them. Okay, and edit value, and the value should be fine actually the way it already is, so I don't think you have to do that. So now you just click on it again, just click U, and now it should have a nice animation if we go to the very start. So yeah, I'll play it now for you guys. So it might take a tiny bit to load because everything is not ready, but yeah. So now that we're on it, as you can see, it loads in nicely, and yeah. So I'm gonna play it right about now. So yeah, that's about how it looks, and it looks really clean in my opinion, because it has a nice animation right into it like that. And then when it comes sort of near the end, it will sort of go out of it like that as well. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you want more tutorials in just After Effects or Premiere Pro, mainly Premiere Pro because After Effects really isn't my specialty. So yeah, so I'll do more Premiere Pro tutorials if you want, even though I haven't done any, so I might start doing them, and once I get better at After Effects I'll start doing more of these. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, please do like and subscribe, and goodbye.